This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. The app is free. To watch more of this video, get over and join us on Patreon.
Champions League, back. Crept up. It's crept up, I think, this Champions League.
Has it, yeah?
Basically because I'm not really that interested in it, and then all of a sudden there was games. But United played PSG on Tuesday night. Manchester United, who had won 10 of Solskjaer's opening 11 games, playing against PSG. Neymar less. Cavani less.
Well, yeah.
And PSG went and won 2-0.
They did.
Upset the apple cart. What did you make of that? Is it a shock? Should we be shocked?
No.
Why?
PSG are a much better team. Much better team. Nearly every player on the pitch is better. So I don't think it's an issue. I've seen a few people making a few things, it's all over it, Man United and all that. It's like when that draw was made, PSG were bang on favourites to win it because they're a very
that was just Mourinho as well.
But they're a very good football team, and Solskjaer has only played at one level so far, Premier League level. And this was different. And when you've got players like PSG, and when you've got players, okay, they've got no Neymar, they've got no Cavani, but they've got people like Draxler and Di Maria and people like that.
Dani Alves
and Dani Alves, and then you add that to obviously a certain young Frenchman, and they've got a really good side. I think that's what they showed tactically with Thomas Tuchel. He seems to have a good nous of what's going on, and with Mbappe and his pace for that second goal, then you've always got that chance. And Man United looked a little bit toothless, and Paris Saint-Germain took a very commanding lead now.
1-2-0, obviously 55% of the ball, so we have more of the ball, more shots. United have 1 shot on target from 10 attempts. I mean, looking through, obviously going through the lineup, you just said no Cavani and no Neymar, which is massive. But you're right, and with Mbappe, you've always got that out ball. They've got Di Maria, who was getting booed, and had quite a vociferous celebration. Had stuff thrown at him. He laid on both goals, 2 assists on the night. He was joined, obviously, in midfield by Draxler, Verratti, Bernat, who come from Bayern Munich, Alves, who's been at Barca.
It's not a bad football team, is it?
Isn't bad. Obviously, for United, they lost Lingard through injury, didn't he? Martial through injury at half-time. They both went off. Yeah. And the second half, I think PSG took over a bit, didn't he? And, obviously then Paul Pogba was sent off in the last minute, so we missed the second leg. So you'd say that PSG are massive favourites. Obviously, they weren't favourites already to progress to the next round. And that's a big... What I would say, excuse me, that's a massive scalp for them. Not because of the team v team, as you just said. PSG's team is excellent, but the name of Manchester United in this part of their development and bid to become a world famous top elite club, to go to United and beat them, and then to knock United out of the Champions League, I think that gives them a little notch on their bedpost, so to speak.
Yeah, I think. Listen, Man United are not the side you attach to the name, of course, they're not. So I think for Paris Saint-Germain, that's what, maybe in this stage of the competition, they've beaten somebody that they haven't had to do much to beat, and then it's the quarter-finals that have been catching them out. But I think beating Manchester United home and away could just give them that confidence, the breathing room to get Cavani. I don't think Neymar's going to get back for the season, though. But what this game shows me is they don't actually need him. And I listened to a couple of pundits after the game who were saying, well, maybe that's the point. Maybe they don't need him, and they can set up a little bit more defensively with Mbappe on the counter attack, and maybe that leaves them a little bit more conservative. They've got the tools to beat these teams, just that they're always leaving the door open because they're got too much
openness in. I suppose if they get Cavani back, he's a handful anyway, isn't he? And he works a little bit harder.
People like Draxler, he's going to work. He's not better than Neymar. We know he's not better. But sometimes it's that thing of maybe you've got too many attacking players, and that the balance is not right. And maybe this will open the door. And I know they didn't have Neymar last season when they got knocked out by Real Madrid. But it's a year on, and this team are learning all the time. And at some point, they're going to have to make that step.
And they went close last year against Real Madrid, but Ronaldo sorted that out. Real Madrid haven't got Ronaldo this year.
Well, I think a lot of it comes down to nous. It comes down to understand. Look. I know we're going to talk about Real Madrid in a minute, but look at Real Madrid. They go into this competition and they stumble around, and then when it's time to switch on, when it's business end, they do what they need to do to win, and then when they get to the final, they've got all the nous in the world in that one-off game. So Paris Saint-Germain have got to get that.